Welcome back to Image Deco, your go-to source for stylish home design and interior inspiration. In today's video, we're taking you on a breathtaking Ralph Lauren-inspired Christmas home tour for 2025. This season is all about sophistication, nostalgia, and curated warmth. And if you're dreaming of timeless elegance this holiday, you're in the right place. The Ralph Lauren aesthetic blends classic Americana with upscale European charm, creating a cozy, luxurious vibe that's perfect for Christmas. From plaid patterns and equestrian influences to rich woods and antique finishes, every detail speaks of heritage and understated glamour. Whether you're decorating a grand home or a small cozy space, this tour is packed with ideas to elevate your holiday ambience. So get cozy, grab some cocoa, and don't forget to like, comment below with your favorite design detail, and subscribe to Image Deco for more seasonal inspiration. Let's step into this festive wonderland together. The heart of the Ralph Lauren Christmas aesthetic starts in the living room. Imagine deep emerald and navy plaid throws draped over a leather Chesterfield, paired with oversized tartan cushions and a crackling fire. The color palette leans into forest green, oxblood red, cream, and hints of gold, instantly evoking warmth and refinement. For the tree, classic white lights, vintage glass ornaments, and satin ribbons in burgundy or navy set the tone. A gallery wall of black and white equestrian prints and dark wood paneling adds that signature masculine touch Ralph Lauren is known for. Add texture with wool, velvet, and cashmere textiles layered for depth and comfort. Candlesticks, brass lanterns, and subtle pine garlands complete the look. The result? A space that feels storied, welcoming, and effortlessly stylish, perfect for Christmas movie nights or hosting elegant gatherings. This room tells a tale of tradition reimagined with luxurious holiday charm. Step into a dining room dressed for a classic holiday soiree. A Ralph Lauren-inspired tablescape starts with a rich, dark wood table, polished but rustic, draped with a tartan table runner. Fine bone china, monogrammed napkins, and crystal stemware reflect light from a vintage chandelier overhead. Centerpieces feature cedar clippings, red berries, pine cones, and elegant brass candle holders for that natural luxe look. Each place setting is personalized with name cards written in calligraphy, nestled against sprigs of holly or rosemary. Surrounding the table, wingback chairs in deep velvet or leather add a cozy, lodge-like ambience. To tie it all together, a wreath made of magnolia leaves and eucalyptus hangs above the fireplace or window, adding freshness and fragrance. This room sets the tone for timeless holiday dinners that feel intimate yet elevated. It's the kind of space that encourages guests to linger longer and soak up the magic of the season. In the kitchen, Ralph Lauren-inspired Christmas decor continues with understated charm and vintage nostalgia. Think polished brass fixtures, white subway tiles, and marble countertops accented with evergreen garlands and red and green kitchen linens. Copper pots hang from a rack above the island, while a plaid runner dresses the kitchen table or breakfast nook. Glass canisters filled with candy canes, cinnamon sticks, and cookies evoke old-world warmth. For lighting, classic lantern-style pendants or wall sconces add a heritage feel. Style open shelves with ceramic holiday dishes, cookbooks with leather bindings, and antique cutting boards. A holiday wreath above the range hood or pantry door subtly brings the season in without overwhelming the space. Here, the charm lies in detail. Every element functional, beautiful, and steeped in tradition. This kitchen isn't just for cooking. It's for creating holiday memories that last a lifetime. entryway sets the first impression, and for a Ralph Lauren-inspired holiday home, that means warm, sophisticated charm. A polished wooden console is topped with a gold-framed mirror, a bowl of seasonal potpourri, and hurricane lanterns filled with cranberries and pine branches. On the floor, a tartan or Persian-style runner guides guests into the main living space, while a decorated coat rack or vintage trunk adds character. Hang a wreath on the inside of the front door, one crafted with cedar, pine, and subtle gold accents to match the interior tones. If space allows, a small bench or chair with plaid cushions invites guests to pause and take in the elegance. Don't forget wall sconces or candelabras for soft, ambient lighting. This entry isn't about being flashy. It's about creating a luxurious transition into the warmth of your home, filled with timeless style and festive spirit. The holiday spirit doesn't stop at the common spaces. For a Ralph Lauren-style Christmas, the bedroom transforms into a cozy winter retreat. Begin with layered bedding, crisp white sheets, a plaid duvet or quilt, and knit or faux fur throws for ultimate comfort. Accent pillows in deep reds, greens, or rustic neutrals bring in seasonal tones. A tufted headboard or dark wood bed frame enhances the masculine meets romantic aesthetic. Place evergreen garlands or string lights along the headboard or mantle if your bedroom has a fireplace. Decorate the nightstands with brass candlesticks, a bowl of ornaments, or a mini tabletop tree. Even details like leather-bound books, a tartan bench at the foot of the bed, or a knit robe on a hook bring Ralph Lauren's vision to life. This bedroom is designed not just for sleep, but for luxurious rest, reflection, and rejuvenation during the busiest time of year. Yes, even the bathroom gets a refined holiday makeover. Keep it subtle yet impactful with a few key touches: plush plaid hand towels, winter-scented candles in apothecary jars, and elegant holiday soaps displayed in a glass dish. Hang a small wreath on the mirror or above the towel bar, and place a sprig of pine in a vintage vase. The key is to carry the Ralph Lauren vibe through materials and finishes: brass faucets, marble countertops, dark wood accents, and muted winter colors like sage, charcoal, and cream. Add a small stack of neatly rolled towels tied with velvet ribbon for a boutique hotel feel. The goal here is less about overt holiday themes and more about bringing luxury into every room. Even a few thoughtful additions can transform a utilitarian space into one that feels festive and deeply personal. The beauty of Ralph Lauren-style holiday decor is in the layering of meaningful, timeless details. Throughout the home, look for ways to tie the design together with cohesive accents. Antique skis propped in the corner, plaid stockings hanging from rustic hooks, bowls of walnuts and oranges, and family heirlooms displayed with pride. Use natural elements: pine branches, birch logs, holly leaves, and eucalyptus, not just for scent but for texture and color. Lighting plays a critical role: warm bulbs in vintage sconces, candles in glass hurricanes, and fireplaces flickering in the background. Add classical music or soft jazz to complete the sensory experience. Everything should feel curated, intentional, and full of character. Remember, Ralph Lauren's holiday style is not about trends. It's about timeless charm that evokes comfort, nostalgia, and understated grandeur. Extend the Ralph Lauren magic to your home's exterior for a truly immersive holiday feel. Frame the doorway with fresh garland interwoven with white lights and tartan ribbon. Use lanterns, topiaries, or vintage sleds to flank the entrance, creating a lodge-style welcome. Wreaths should be full and rich in texture, crafted with pine, berries, magnolia leaves, or even feathers. For porches or balconies, throw in plaid cushions, faux fur throws, and small lit trees in classic planters. If you have columns or railings, wrap them in green garland and velvet bows. Stick to a warm, neutral palette with rich reds and greens for a cohesive indoor-outdoor flow. Even small outdoor spaces can radiate charm with these simple yet elevated touches. The Ralph Lauren style doesn't stop at the front door. It begins there, inviting the world in with heritage beauty and timeless holiday elegance. And there you have it, your full Ralph Lauren-inspired Christmas home tour for 2025. From richly layered living spaces to elegantly dressed dining rooms and charming outdoor scenes, this tour proves that holiday decor can be both timeless and deeply personal. By blending classic materials, vintage elements, and luxurious details, your home can radiate warmth, sophistication, and that signature Ralph Lauren charm this season. Whether you're adopting one idea or recreating the entire look, remember, the most elegant spaces are the ones that tell your story. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, leave a comment with your favorite detail or room, and subscribe to Image Deco for more inspiring home and interior content. We wish you a joyful, beautiful, and stylish holiday season. See you in the next tour.